I'll use the picture of the doll of him.
You have the other one for next time. I still need to do a render with that one. The calorie.
Yeah.
I've only taken
I love
screenshots.
that.
I love it here. Let me check if my thing is... There's that. Okay.
Okay, there we go. I did my due diligence.
The diligence do be. Do.
This is true.
Wow.
Whoa.
Do be, do wah.
I'm pretty excited to get back in it.
Yay!
It has been a hot minute. I am going to make this a chill session. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. Or at least on the scale of what happened last session. This session will be a very what day of the week is it in the game? It is Blood Day. Very chill Blood Day, guys.
Right.
It's gonna be a very chill Blood Day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Other than that, welcome back to another session of Waning Whispers. Hope you enjoyed the last one. A lot of crazy things happened, and I think we're gonna catch up with a very nice scene. Let me preload this scene. Change the map. So, Nola, are you here?
Oh, we're starting off with me, okay.
Yes. So, stranger, Alda led you through the catacombs. Eventually, she brought you to this part of the cave.
Oh!
She kind of passed you some food, but you do see that this is some sort of place where you're not too sure, but you think that someone's like ranching some slimes or something.
Oh my god.
I don't know how well you tried to contain your excitement to like look over the edge at the slimes or not. As you
I think she's definitely like fidgeting in her seat, like wanting to go over, but also being like, nope, we're on a job right now and it's time to eat. I can't do that.
And so you're not really sure what time it is. Alda says it's morning. You took a quick nap. You didn't really sleep a long time. And as you're kind of sitting there, you hear someone groggily from behind you get up and walk out from behind this tarp. He rubs his eyes, looking at you too. And Alda speaks up. Oh, good morning, Bane. Oh, it's you. Hey. He looks at you, stranger. Good morning.
He nods and looks at Alda. Did Alda mention anyone else would be down here?
No, not really.
Okay, cool.
She kind of looks at you, stranger. So, stranger, this is Bane. He, well, he tends to the slimes down here.
Oh. I checked my pockets. Is my little buddy with me still?
Yeah, he is with you.
Oh, can I pull him out?
You pull out a little slime. Hold on, wrong color. There we go. You pull out the slime, and Bane looks at it and is like, "Oh, you have a slime. How do you get so? You're on the surface, right? How do you get so far up?"
That was going to be my question. Did you happen to lose one?
Well, usually once they get big enough, too big for the pen, I just let them go free, and he points to the big sewer pipe to his left. But not if they're this small. Usually if they're this small, I keep them till they can fend for themselves.
Did come across this one in a very odd manner. How do I explain the blood prison to someone completely unfamiliar with it? How do I... I don't know how. Well,
You see Alda think for a second. Now that I'm thinking about it, you never did explain where you got that slime. Was it an interesting story? She gets closer.
Stranger kind of sort of shuffles where she's sitting and thinks. I don't know how to explain it in a way that is friendly for first-time listeners, but there was a situation on the surface, and when it was dealt with, all of the people who were involved ended up in one place. And among those people was this little slime. Points. And it's been following me ever since.
You see Bane actually smile at that. Well, it probably means the slime really likes you. It's a sign of good luck, usually, where... Alright, well, I don't know how much of the superstitions you believe of the old district, but... A lot of people say, if a slime likes you, that's good luck.
She looks down at the little guy.
The slime hops up and down.
That's nice to hear. She tugs her hood up a little bit closer over her face.
Yeah, you don't really need to feed them too often. They usually just... They like to eat rust or anything. Well, if you want to give them something organic besides rust, you could give them, like, greens. I usually give them onions.
She's like writing this down in a little notebook.
It's something about balancing their acid or something. I don't know the science behind it.
And you just live down here and raise them?
Yeah. It's, I guess, it's quiet. It's nice. And it's nice seeing them grow and get big.
It does sound rather peaceful, yeah.
Honestly, it's, I used to fish a while back, but I don't know, it's just been getting hard to fish at the night docks.
How so?
Well, guards have been cracking down on people fishing in certain spots in the night docks. Doesn't leave room for a lot of normal people to just get some food. Said it's hurting businesses on the night docks for just getting our fish right in front of them.
Even when there are so many people struggling to get food in the old district, that's what they say?
They nod. It's not really fair. A lot of the people started to get caught up on boats and move out from the docks to get their fish that way, but it's hard with so many people cramped together, and it's a whole thing. People are now just scrambling for nets. Me, I guess I have this. He motions to the slimes. I ask people if they have any tools, rusty tools, or swords, or daggers, if they need them fixed. I give them to the slimes. The slimes kind of eat off the rust, and they're basically good as new.
That could be very useful, actually. If I
You
ever
know.
happen to come across anything rusty, would you be okay with me bringing it back here?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Alright.
And it's good to have some company.
She nods.
Speaking of company, Bane, you told me that you had some information about some of these catacombs. And, when she says that, kind of the aura of the room kind of change.
Mm.
Let me play this song. Yeah, this is good. Actually, no, that's a little too intense. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. He points down, downwards. You can see one of the entrances to the ruins, or sorry, the entrances to the catacombs down there. I don't know how much time you've spent down here, but I've spent some time looking at those ruins there. I don't know how to explain it, but I think they move or something. Like, they change.
Oh my god, it's Mystery Dungeon. Hang on. That's definitely not normal, right? Stranger looks to Alda.
No, not normal at all. So these dungeons shift. That will make it incredibly difficult to find out where we need to go. To be honest, stranger, I thought I was incredibly bad at following maps. It turns out that the maps were useless. She tosses the maps into the into the fire.
Stranger tries in vain to grab them, but nobody can stop Alda. And she just kind of sags and ugh. Maybe they would have been useful for getting back.
I don't think so. It wasn't accurate anyway.
Alright then. So, changing ruins. Is there any way we could...
You see Bane speak up again. The other day I tried going in them just to see if I can, I don't know, grab some treasure or something. That was a horrible mistake. I got lost for like 2 days. It's like, I don't know, the dungeon itself doesn't want you to leave when you get in.
Hmm.
Makes it really hard to go anywhere. Makes you walk in circles.
Were there any hostiles down there?
Thankfully, no. There was a pitfall trap, though. It was pretty shitty, though. The trap was already activated, and the fall was like 10 feet, so I didn't really get hurt. It seems to be trapped. The traps are kind of old. A lot of them seem to have already been sprung. I don't know if they get more dangerous as you go lower, but at least the ones on this floor, they're basically nothing to be worried about.
Although this changes things, are you still willing to come on this adventure with me?
All the nods. It's just a small difficulty. I don't think that should impede us too much. Besides, you have certain abilities that can help us get through the catacombs quickly.
Alright. Well, when we're finished up here, I suppose we should head on in.
Oh, and one more thing. With the shifting catacombs, sometimes they, I guess, collide with some of the old sewer pipes. So a lot of places might be cut off by a bunch of pipes. You might have to go inside them or find another way around.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you again for letting us rest here, Bane.
Yeah, no problem. He hops on the stove and starts kind of just cooking like some skewered meat on the fire.
Mhm.
And go to the next scene. So, Sparrow,
Yes.
you wake up, have your early morning tea, you crack your knuckles, you gather your papers, you get your ink and pen, and you steel yourself. For the most harrowing day so far. Nothing has prepared you for this moment. You ready yourself to write Fi's contract.
Alright, just to reiterate that we are all here today in order to officially sign upon the position of Vice Guild Leader.
Yes,
Yes.
that is agreed.
Now, the contents of such a contract is something we're going to need to discuss in great length. Tiny, can I roll administrator or litigator to know what should be in that contract?
Yes, roll litigator at -3.
Would
Because Phi is actively trying to get some more power.
Alright. Litigator -3, you say?
Yep. To rein in Phi.
Oh.
A
Don't be a
partial
s-
success.
Fuck! One off!
I won.
If I had a -5, that would have been a failure.
Phi sneaks in some things here and there for herself in this contract.
Could I have... You got rid of all your levels in Litigator, didn't you?
All of my levels in Litigator, yes, but I have Diplomacy.
No, I was like, oh, could I have asked Pib to get that +1 to turn that into a normal success?
No. Not on that part. The paperwork,
Yeah.
you've lost him.
Oh, fuck.
Kyler, do you have anything that you wish to add?
I don't think Kellery has any skills that could help here.
Okay. So, Sparrow, you write up this contract. Phi says maybe you should add things here or there. You kind of amend them, rewrite them, and eventually...
I concede a couple points.
Yeah,
Perhaps not in my best interest, but mostly out of the sheer stress of the last 5 days.
Essentially. Phi... The gist of it is that Phi does not get paid for her position. Just because she's the apprentice to the High Sorcerer, so... She won't get any payment for this job. However, she does, in exchange, she does all these other things.
Could one of them be that Emlyn is specifically a direct employee of Phi?
Yeah, you can have that.
In such a way that that legally I may not have the authority to give them jobs without Phi's exact consent.
Yep, that'll work. She does ask you whether or not you want to add within this contract that the Arbor Guild is officially affiliated with the High Sorcerer, or that it's kind of unofficially, because she works there.
That could theoretically open a few doors just by having that specific reputation precede us, but I'm imagining it could also close a few depending on the political climate of the High Sorcerers themselves.
Yes. Can I make a noble etiquette check to see if there's anything in particular that sticks out that might be a downside?
Oh yeah, give me a roll. -2.
Okay. Skill level 5. Attribute. That's charisma? Yes, 3. Yeah.
Okay, full success.
Yep.
So affiliating yourself with the High Sorcerer, that does give you a lot of sway, but it also means that technically a lot of people wouldn't want to mess with you, which is a good and bad thing. Where a lot of people won't... A lot of gods and nobles wouldn't really open themselves up a lot, just because, they don't want to get, got by you. So in general, it does kind of close a lot of doors, but it basically gives you a lot of respect, though. People are less likely to mess with you, but you're less likely to know things in general. Whereas being unofficially affiliated, they're very much more willing to divulge things.
In the specific context of the council at least very specific parts of the council wanting to impede what has been stated, any progress we make, could that conflict with, or will there be any friction between those two statements?
For the council specifically, it would be a little restrictive for the Arbor Guild. Because now you have to worry about what's going to happen to Phi if you perform certain actions.
Mm-hmm.
If you're officially affiliated with her.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. There's also Phi's reputation to consider.
Yes, although I will consider it. Phi has been prompted multiple times about whether or not they truly wish to do this, and through these last 5 harrowing days, they are still in that chair.
True.
They have bought into this. But out of character brain, ooh, think about all the shady, cool quests we could get if we don't do that.
Okay, but we also have connections to Volm.
That's true. Our connection to Volm.
Just because some doors close doesn't mean the ones we've already peeked through aren't still there.
Does our connection to Volm have any issues in that?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you're the person, the council member, the guild member who is part of Volm isn't in a high position, a super high position.
On the books.
What if I want them to be? Okay, on the books. Fair enough.
Yeah, on the books. So it's like they know that Volm is affiliated with the Arbor Guild, but they don't. They very much assume Volm does not have much sway in the Arbor Guild at all. They're like, oh, it's the treasurer. Like, Volm probably like looks at their funds and maybe does something shady with their money, but probably isn't like super in the Arbor Guild.
Okay, alright.
Where it's like, oh, Phi is the apprentice to the High Sorcerer, like, and she's the fucking like vice guild master. Yeah, they're like, okay, she definitely has a lot of sway there.
Okay, alright. This is a hard decision. It's also not it's not entire. While on paper, it's my decision to make. Out of character, this will open and close doors for us as a play party. What are your opinions? I am leaning towards no.
Towards unofficial?
I'm leaning towards unofficial.
I think I'm...
Yeah,
Wait, yes.
We don't know the what's his name?
We do not specifically. We have not met or interfaced at all with them. We could maybe, if we become officially, they could become someone that we can directly consult.
Is
that true?
Wait.
Looks at Tiny.
Yeah, he'd be someone you could directly talk to.
Okay.
Just because Phi is his responsibility, and Phi's responsibility is now his responsibility as well.
No, it's not. I'm leaning
Would that be the case if we are not officially, or would that be a bit more tangential to Phi's general status?
It would be a bit more like... Yeah, a bit more like maybe. If she's unofficial, it would be more of a maybe instead of...
Sorry for interrupting, by the way.
No, all good.
Please continue.
I'm leaning towards unofficial because if we come out the gate official and then later go unofficial, or like there's any kind of distance or rift or anything like that, people will not open back up. But if it's unofficial, it can one day be official, maybe.
But if we consider that, unofficial jobs that we took prior to becoming official, the people who do not want information that may have been gained during that time getting into the official hands of.
Right. That is true.
Actually, with the thought about actually being able to interact with the High Sorcerer, I kind of want to go official. That will also lead to possibly some interesting story beats down the line where we need to make sure Fi is safe, other than just being friends.
Right. So, another thing about official connection, though. Points at these two.
You're a god, you're normal.
Magitech.
That's true. But the end goal, remember the end goal?
Yes, I do. Okay. What are
That could be something to give you credence.
Do you feel like it'll cut off your anything you might pursue too much if it is official?
Like calorie?
Yeah.
No. If it's official or unofficial, Calorie's gonna do calorie.
Nods.
Oh, I just thought about something.
Yeah.
We already know some people doing bad things are in very high places of power.
Yes.
We just gotta be as secretive about it as they are.
For sure.
It's possible. And not having our spaces searched for Magitech could be our official affiliation.
Yeah.
But if it does get discovered, that could be bad on the hands upon the High Sorcerer.
Also, if it's official, wouldn't they be more regularly interacting with us, more regularly coming into our space? Like, to
Well,
make sure everything's up to board?
Are there any regulatory bodies that would be checking upon that, Tiny?
You mean like fantasy OSHA coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah. The fantasy tax program coming in and making sure all of our money's above board.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-oh.
I mean, corrections is real.
Corrections is very much not the IRS.
They could be. This is a decision that will have an amount of impact on the future of this campaign.
Yes. With what you've said and our general vibe, it seems like we are all leaning towards official or neutrality.
I ask Fi. Fi is the one sort of an intermediary between us and the official High Sorcerer. Do they want this guild to be in affiliation with the High Sorcerer?
Fi thinks for a moment. If we are affiliated, that would mean we do immediately get a lot of power and sway in the spaces that we need. But that might undermine your leadership. She thinks for a moment. It would be nice, but the last thing I'd want to have happen is people to come to me instead of you for any matters on the guild.
I suppose with that angle, directly affiliating ourselves with such a sudden high place of power is short-sighted. It would give us instant influence, but as you said, it might not. The Arbor the Arbor Guild might become the Arbors only in name.
Why not?
On that note, while the Arbor Guild will gain a lot of influence, what exactly right now would we do with that?
Well, it might assist in keeping our lives a bit more stable. Stability is something that we need at the moment.
Right. Hmm.
Don't listen to the ghost.
No, I think Fi mentioning undermining my own authority in my own guild. Yeah, no, it's convinced me I'm on not.
I think it's important we plant before we get a lot of water or nutrients for the garden.
If we are to officially connect ourselves to the High Sorcerer, let it be in the future once we've grown our roots.
Why not? I'm fine with that. Besides, last thing I want is my master to meddle in our affairs.
Alright, we put that down. Let's see. Other orders of business. We already got your pay. We've got your specific employees that you have say over. We have your duties. We have your... You don't have any specific monetary gain, but a stake, if you will, in the overall well-being of the guild. Percentage ownership, in a way.
Oh, yes. How much would I have?
We should probably... How about this? You will have 25%, and I will delegate another 5% to Emlyn, who is of your specific tutorage.
Oh, perfect. She says, smiling.
I will keep a majority stake to myself of 60%. 65. And I will leave the last 5% to him.
Oh. Is that... So then 25, 5, 65.
Unless, Calorie, you are interested in owning a specific stake in the guild as a whole.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
Why don't we seal the deal and stamp those papers?
It's time to make... Yep, let's do it. Let's sign the papers. Are they like magical signatures, or is this just regular signatures? We got contract magic?
Well, technically yes, but you could just use regular contracts.
Yeah, fair enough.
And you've hit. Oh, yep.
Can I use etiquette and ability to make some kind of like insight check into Phi?
Sure.
Okay. Just now that everything is over, what's the foremost feeling? Is it relief? Is it excitement? Or things along those lines? Any modifier?
-1.
Okay.
Second statement. I know I just said that in real life. Can I make a check to know if that was a bad idea?
Sure.
This whole interaction made me realize something.
I'm not going to take it back, but...
Yeah. That's an 18.
18. So you did notice that Phi was very happy to close it very quickly, which probably meant she had something favorable for herself in there.
Right. I've realized something.
Yeah.
Pim is the type not to, like, he got the general vibe of the council, but he didn't really, like, insight check any of them. He didn't even insight check Winter.
Yeah.
But fine.
Insight checks 5.
I think he's scared of 5.
All right.
She's just so powerful. It's scary.
Tiny,
It's not the enemies you need to watch out for, it's the friends.
keep them close. Would that be litigator, Tiny, or would that be
Uh,
administrator?
You can do either.
All right. Is there a lesser minus on one of them?
Since it's a hindsight check, so you get a +2.
+2. All right. 2. I'll do litigator then.
Oh my gosh, I saw that one. That almost happened. So, like Pim, you did see that Fi seemed a little too excited to close it out quickly, and now that you're reading it back, you do see that there are some things that are favorable to Fi in there. But in general, you don't think it's a bad idea.
Certainly not the best contract I've ever drafted, but with what has been left in here, I trust that you will not. What's the word?
Abuse my power?
Yes, too harshly.
Don't worry, Sparrow. I'm not one who abuses power.
Hold on, do I have a squinty mode? Fine. I believe you.
Yay.
Yes, I will only be a just and nice ruler.
I will not believe that one, but I will assume that was made in jest.
Now, if you excuse me, I am going to. I believe she holds out a document and shows it to you. There, Sparrow. You see, your heart sinks as you see one of the things written down.
Oh no, what is it?
The chair addendum. If someone doesn't sit in the chair within 5 minutes, she can legally take their spot. And it's been 5 minutes.
Wait! What? Is this legal?
You must. I should recommend that you all start wearing watches.
Allow me to read that addendum very quickly. Alright, so it says within 5 minutes. Is that 5 minutes within the scheduled time of the seat change?
Yes.
Oh.
But, Sparrow, roll me a litigator with +5. So, Sparrow, hold on, let me change the music just for a funny moment. Where is it? So, on paper, it's within the seat change, within 5 minutes of the seat change. Yes, she is in the green. However, on the contract itself, the lifetime of the contract has only started 2 minutes ago. Meaning that she would have to wait another 3 minutes for that for that seat.
I re-double check Fi. Can you give me the exact wording of Fi's addendum about chair law?
The chair law.
The chair law, I need this.
So, the addendum for the chair law. So, for the individuals who write their name on the chair, if they do not utilize their position to sit on the chair within 5 minutes of the designated time on the list, they then give up their chance to sit on the chair, and the vice guildmaster may then choose who gets to take that spot.
Oh. So it could be herself or it could be anyone else.
Yes, she wanted the most power possible.
As leader of the guild, I would like to take 2 minutes to make an addendum upon chair law.
Yes, you may make an addendum upon chair law with the crit success.
From this point forward, the chair now has both sitting in and leave chair times. All times in which there is no active sitter listed upon the document, the chair is entirely off limits. All chair reservations must be made 5 minutes in advance.
She sees you riding furiously, the most energy she's seen you have in the day, and she's like, oh.
Oh, do not
Bro,
worry.
you haven't spoken a word since you looked at the document. Are you okay?
Oh, sorry, I had a sudden rush of... how one says...
Inspiration?
Yes. I believe I had a new idea to revolutionize chair law.
I see. And what would that idea be?
Henceforth, the default state of the chair shall be considered off-limits. Unable to be sitting in its entirety. It is only upon a specific time range that one allows himself to sit within that it may be considered sittable. All future sign-ins to the sit sheet for the chair shall include a start and end time. And it is limited to 30 minutes.
But that's not enough time to read a book.
If one is currently sitting in the chair, they are allowed to make another future reservation. Another future reservation 5 minutes after their initial sitting would change. In that 5-minute time frame, another may make their own, which will supersede the future participants' seating arrangement. This shall assist from keeping the chair from being monopolized by a single person for an extended period of time, and allow for more people to have the opportunity to sit in such a nice chair.
Fi takes a seat and pulls out her own piece of paper and begins writing.
Hillary,
Pam, I don't think we're
power's gone to
sitting in
their
this.
heads.
I don't think we're sitting in this chair ever again.
Sparrow, wouldn't you know? I have also thought of another addendum.
I see. As the leader of the guild, I shall consider the addendum.
It's beautiful.
Pim, Calorie, fine, Sparrow, go on with this for a little bit. Is that you don't think they're gonna be done anytime soon?
Well, at least his luck is up. You, hey, how much health does, sleeping recover?
For now, you full heal.
Yay!
You're a god, you regenerate.
Yay! He's not gonna think about that.
So Pim, as you're kind of sitting there, You, hold on, let me drag.
Yeah.
See the door crack open, and you see Emmeline call from inside. Yo, Pim,
Oh.
we got someone at the door for you.
Oh. Looks at Calorie. Looks at
Can I-
intense litigation. You can.
Can I come? I don't
Yes.
understand, sure.
Yeah. No. I think we should leave them to it. Or not be in their way. But who could. Someone to see me.
Hopefully it's not Winters.
Well, it's not Tess. She's over there. It's not Sabina, because she's, well, where she's supposed to be.
Tess waves.
Hi, Tess.
I also don't think Tess would knock at the door.
That's a good point. Oh, he is discussing this with Calorie and not with Emmeline, who has seen this person.
And you see
Yeah.
Calorie open the door.
Whoa, big reach.
See Tara.
Oh, yay.
Oh no.
Oh, hey, Tara.
Hello. May I come in?
Yeah. Just, make sure to leave your name on the sign-in sheet.
Of course.
Looks.
She signs herself in.
Looks. These three have not been in the same room before, have they?
We've been in the same room once. She was next to me during the trial.
Right.
That is all the context Calorie has for this person.
Calorie sees him, like, he was getting kind of tense as they approached the door, just full on visibly just, thank goodness. Like, he gets around Tess, or like how he gets around Sparrow, or how he even gets around Calorie. Like, he's just, all the tension has left his body. He is completely vibing.
Tara.
Well, what brings you to these parts of the break room, right?
Well, I wanted to see if you gave any thought to my proposal earlier.
Right. Seeing my... Blinks. Right. He fidgets with his fingers. Sits down. He looks around the room. You said they wouldn't be the same ones I know? Or knew, I guess.
Well, it wouldn't be a guarantee that they're the same.
Guarantee. Right.
I don't... It's very unlikely that it'll be the same, but I don't want you to be surprised if they do end up being the same.
Right.
It's mostly just if you have anything to get off your chest or anything you need to say to them that you couldn't.
He thinks. And thinks. Pim's coping strategy with most things is not doing that, so he's at a complete blank. I don't know. I don't know.
She nods. Maybe... Do you think speaking would be too difficult? Would it just be okay if you saw them?
I think I would like that. Could... Ah! An idea hits his brain. Could I bring, 2 people with me?
Of course.
There is one thing I've thought of, but I think they'd be able to see it, too, if they just saw me.
Who would you like to bring?
He looks directly at Gallery.
You look at Calorie. She gets excited.
You've met Sparrow, but... Oh! You haven't met Calorie! Calorie the best! He stands up and just does the... I don't know how to describe it, like the arms greater than, less than sign. Yeah, the
You
wolf
see
pose.
Tara stands up. Apologies, I saw you at the door. I did not introduce myself. I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Calorie.
I'm the head researcher at the research library. She holds out a hand.
And Calorie shakes it.
And you see one speak up, "Wow, you know some pretty high up there people, Pim."
What do
I
you
know
research at the library?
We research all kinds of things, but mostly it's history. We like to delve deep into the origins of the city.
Oh. I saw you at the trial.
The trial?
The whole court thing that happened.
Oh,
yeah.
yes! It was... Everyone was talking about it, so I was incredibly curious on seeing what was going on.
Right.
Calorie, she says this as if, like, this was, like, a small thing. Like, it wasn't an actually big thing that happened. She's like, oh, I simply forgot about it.
Oh, you mean that trial? She was worried you were gonna ask her about the crimes.
The trial? You mean the war crime trials that was on? No, I don't know about them.
If I can ask, how do you know Pim?
I was... I think I was around 16 or 15 years old when I first met Pim.
I was what, like... Oh, jeez. I was little.
Yes, we were in the same village.
Oh,
Yeah. And, well... you know what happened to that.
Yes. I hadn't seen him in quite a long time, and then I found out we've been living in the same city together.
Ain't that crazy?
yeah.
Keller, do you want to roll anything, or you?
Yeah.
No.
She is just kind of blatantly lying.
I'll make a check to see if Calorie thinks something's off.
Okay, it's -5 because Tara's actually lying so like it's completely normal.
Natural.
It's natural to her.
Did I use analysis?
Oh yes, could do analysis -5.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh,
Pim
wow.
is Pim is corroborating this story. It must be
Yeah.
true.
Obviously.
Oh my god, Calorie, you rolled so bad.
Is there any thinking going on from
Emlyn, hell no. Emlyn's like, wow, that's so cool.
loving it?
No thoughts in Emlyn's head.
Wow,
You know what?
that's so cool.
I'll give Emlyn a roll. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
I was gonna say we the brain cells are currently debating chair law. Oh my god!
God. A nat 20. 2 nat 20s for me. Crazy.
Yeah.
Emlyn hears that and goes, huh. Oh. If you think this person's nice, Pim, then
Oh yeah, of course she's nice. She's Tara.
yes, I tried to give a lot back to my community.
That's for sure. Ooh.
So, when do you want to make the trip?
Oh. Well, Sparrow is currently,
Glances at the door. Glances back.
in important discussions, contracts and the like.
Of course.
Do
Should I come back later this evening?
you have any plans for this evening, Calorie?
Let me look. She takes out like a little notebook.
Yay!
There's just one thing on there. It says bother Lithers. No, not today.
Ooh. Then, I'll have to ask both of them, but,
He glances at Tara, glances at Calorie, glances at the door. Glances at Sparrow's door.
Tara does. It's
Oh.
quite alright, Pim. You don't need to ask him right this second. If he's
right.
not free, then we can always reschedule another day.
Right. But, yes, then see you again at the evening. I'd like that. If
Of course.
today works.
He scratches the back of his head.
She nods, of course. It was nice seeing you.
It's always nice seeing you too, Tara.
And Tara walks off.
Waves.
Oh, right! The mailman!
Remembering the mailman immediately.
The guy from the trial?
Yeah. I've never seen him before in my life, but, well, he knew about the fire, so even if he said it wrong, or described it wrong. People have fallible memories.
Right. You want to go, interrogate him?
Interrogate.
Or, talk to him?
Yeah. 'Cause, well, I mean... excuse me?
You see this person while you weren't looking, signed in and just started walking to the guild door.
Excuse me.
Has Pim met Viper before?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Miss, he's currently in deep discussion with our assistant guildmaster.
I'm sure he wants to hear what I have to say.
Right.
Can he recognize that this is a follower of Geist or the priest of Geist?
Probably.
Oh, Geist. Okay. Yep. Yeah. I'm sitting back down.
She opens the door while you guys are mid arguing chair law. And she
Yes, welcome. Are we starting now, Viper?
yeah, we're starting now.
I see.
Fi looks between Viper and you. Is this another contract, Sparrow?
Yes, it is.
No. If you don't mind me sitting in on this.
We will double check with the other relevant party. Viper, does Geist allow for Fi to sit in on our negotiations?
Viper kind of takes one look at Fi and shrugs. I mean, she looks like a lawyer, so sure. You see Viper kind of puts down a stack of papers in front of you. And when you read this, roll litigator +3.
Mhm.
Because Fi is helping out. Alright. Is there anything specific that you want to look for, or do you just want what's going on with it?
I will want general, but things I want to make sure I'm looking for. The extent of my duties and how often they need to be performed.
Okay. So, for the extent of your duties and how often they need to be performed, they need to be performed on a kind of consistent basis, at least some sort of effort once per week. And if not once per week, then at least a bigger effort once every 2 weeks. As far as the expectations would be like attending a ball or making some sort of small little event for the common people to attend, like some sort of made-up Geist holiday or something. Things of that nature, or like going to a ball and talking to the nobility and try to make connections. As for the powers that you have, you can ask like some Geist followers for help for menial tasks, like moving boxes or cleaning areas or setting up a stand. You could just ask Geist members for that. However, specifically priests and priestesses of Geist basically have the right to kind of refuse any request that you can make of them.
And just to make sure, who are considered priests and priestesses?
All Medusas are priestesses, and you only know one priest, and it's Avarice.
Intriguing.
And on the terms of payment, you'll be paid 2 gold, 4 silver, and 5 copper per week every Earth Day.
Blinks at that number. Read that to me again.
2 gold, 4 silver, and 5 copper.
2 gold, 4 silver, 5 copper every day.
Every week.
Every week for. I thought you said each Earth Day. Do you mean each Earth week? On Earth Day.
Yeah, on
I
Earth
see.
Day.
I see. Let me just divide that by 7 real quick. And it's 10s between each, right?
Yep.
2 gold, 5 silver. So if we were to divide that by 7, this is going to be 35, 321. This is going to be 30. 35 copper? Or 35 silver? 3 silver, 5 copper? Per day, effectively?
Yeah, effectively.
Okay. Will this include next Earth Day?
Yes.
Alright. Second question, how is that payment being provided?
Basically, Geist will get one of his followers to mail it to you.
I see. When it says that I am specifically going to be asked, I will be able to request future or exist. I say future. There's not exactly that many Geist followers, is there?
There are some, but there's not a lot.
For the thing, can I stipulate that any fare that I would incur traveling across the bridge to the old district to put on an event for Geist be supplied by Geist? Will he pay my travel fee to the old district?
Hold on, let me roll something.
I'd rather that not eat into my weekly fund.
Fi also adds another stipulation that if you make an event and spend money on, like, making food for the event or something like that, if guys also basically what is that word?
Reimburse
Reimburse you the funds for any events. And Viper will she'll add the little addendum that will reimburse up to a max of, I'll say, 10 gold.
10 gold. That'll handle the to and from for 2 gold, so that'll be 8 gold in total for the overall event. Gotcha. Okay, and that could theoretically be in both the old and current district, if we ever get enough sway to be able to start having events in the Grey Crown.
Yeah.
Alright, good. I know who I should start hiring for supplying food, and they better not be making potato stew.
Bro, you can trust them. It's not gonna be poisonous this time.
I do not. Maybe if I'm not drinking it.
Yeah.
But look, I gotta make sure that food is good for the following. Gotta make sure gotta make a good first impression. Alright, other things to think about upon that fact. I suppose that's the initial things that I have concerns about. Is there anything else in the general overview that I need to know?
Generally that's basically it.
That's it. Okay. Just my job, no specific additions to my duties as a follower. No additional needs to go to or perform sermons.
No, none of that.
Okay, I still need to go to a sermon in the old district. Will my fees be paid for when I attend a sermon?
That's part of the reimbursement.
Okay. Well, that would be part for holding events. I assume attending a sermon would then be considered an event?
Yeah.
Okay. Try not to do too much about that one in the future. I needed to grab lunch while I was at the sermon.
Try to get some loopholes in.
You see, I was eating my lunch during the sermon. It cost 5 silver. Thus, it was part of my duty as per attending the sermon. Yada yada. No, I won't do that. That'd be a little. That's a little too much, I think. But if it needs in the future, tasty reimbursement. I suppose if I have duties that I need to perform in the old district, those will be done on the days in which I go to the sermon.
Yeah.
Just make sure to attend the sermon in the morning.
So Viper kind of looks at you. Is everything good now?
What constitutes a event or party?
Well, anything that is not a sermon but attempts to gather new Geist followers or something for current Geist followers to enjoy and possibly tell other people about.
Does the event need to specifically be directly for Geist, or can it be a portion of it? Even if a majority.
The end goal is to have, or at least attempt to get more people to come to the Geist religion. So, if you need to do that by hiding the fact that it is funded by Geist, yeah, that's fine.
Man, 10 gold stipulation, 10 gold reimbursement? I bet I can hire my guild to do things for the event. That'd be some nice cash flow. I wonder if there's a word for this.
Embezzlement?
Embezzlement, maybe. It's in the contract. Well, specifically, embezzlement is not outlawed in the contract.
It's outlawed in the law, though.
Is it? What part of that is in this part of the law? Could a Geist sue me for hiring my own guild to perform some duties?
You know what? Probably not. He trusts you enough.
It's like a lot spending all 10 gold on it. Alright. Don't need to worry about getting a job. Fantastic. 2 gold a fucking week? Are you insane? Real quick, is there something I can roll to know if that's a good wage?
Do you have any money skill? Actually, litigator would work if you appraiser. Actually,
I have appraiser.
Oh yeah, do appraiser +5.
+5. Okay, that's thank God. 3.
Okay. Yeah, you look at the amount you're being paid, and it coincides to being able to sleep in an inn for 7 days and having a good meal each day.
I see. What? So you're telling me this is minimum wage?
Yes.
I understand specifically where the number for this wage is coming from. Would there not be a wiggle room to allow for possible increase to be able to afford perhaps an occasional self-indulgence?
If you're asking for more money, you chose to follow the wrong god.
That is fair.
We're not very popular, so we don't get many donations.
Well, if I'm doing my job correctly, that will be changing, will it not?
That's true.
Here's my proposal. In direct proportion to the additional followers that I supply to the God of Geist, that my wage be increased in that same percentage. On a logarithmic scale.
She thinks for a moment. I suppose, depending on how successful you are, per event, Geist can give you a bonus. He'll lay out what he expects, how many followers he expects to get, and how many followers we actually get, and based on that, he'll give you some sort of bonus. How does that sound?
So we are negotiating what one may call a working for commission.
She nods.
I see. I would be amicable to that, but I would like to put it in the contract for by month. By how many months are there in a year? 8, you said?
Yeah, there's 8.
Quarterly wage negotiations based upon my performance.
Do you have diplomacy?
I'm not a charisma skill.
Then you can roll litigator -2.
Litigator -2. Alright. That's actually not that bad. Sweet. Skill level. Still a success.
Yep, full success. Viper nods. Sure, why the hell not?
It would be, I suppose, remiss of me if we are to become a much larger part of the city. If my wage does stagnate and I am purely making my additional income off of only running the events and not adding to my base pay per hour.
Yeah. To be fair, she's like looking at the contract. It is pretty low.
And perhaps with future additions to the clergy, may all of our wages increase as well. If that is allowed within your contract.
I have everything I need paid for by Geist. Essentially, it's the company credit card.
Oh, interesting. How'd you swing that?
I'm a high-ranking priestess of Geist.
That makes sense. Well, I thank you for coming here upon his behalf.
Yeah, it's a nice guild that you have around here.
Thank you. I would like to think so. We are graced by your holiness.
She signs some of the papers, then she passes it over to you to sign some of the papers.
Alright, last sanity check. Am I missing something?
Sanity check? No, unless I'm missing something.
Alright. No, okay. Then, yeah, I'll take one quick look over at Phi.
Fine odds.
I signed the contract.
Alright, your next payment's gonna come by mail tomorrow.
By mail. I'm assuming
Make
that
sure
will
you
be
have someone to actually pick it up, or else it's
Oh.
gonna be left under the door.
We do have an official mail person. I will have them go pick it up for me. Do I have an official mailbox?
You don't know.
I'm
But you
with-
can also just have an option to pick it up at the post office.
Yeah, it's just someone drops it out of the post office, then I would theoretically go pick it up.
Yeah.
Does it have to be me, or could someone upon my behalf grab it for me?
Someone upon your behalf.
Okay. Carpenter. Alright, yeah. I think we did good on the contract. I need to start planning events in the old district.
And Viper leaves. And I shift the time from morning to afternoon.
Yeah.
Or should I have counted 5 stuff as morning action?
Are you saying this took up my afternoon?
I'll say that took up your morning actions.
Okay.
We still gotta eat.
So now
Yes.
Now it is midday.
Quite the quite the cerebral day I've had so far, Fi.
Yes.
No less thanks to you and your dastardly case law.
What are you talking about? It's you who kept adding addendums to my perfect laws.
Well, I believe it is well within my rights to consider new entries to the guild's rules.
Whatever you say, Guildmaster.
Am I not allowed to utilize my specific allowances as the leader of this guild?
Of course not, Guildmaster. I wouldn't dream of impeding your impeding your ways of running this guild.
We are in this together.
Of course. That's why I've tried to alleviate some of your work by writing some laws myself.
Hold on, I need to change to the smile token. Well, we're going to need to start. Hello, everyone. I would like to make an announcement about my new job as the official. I'm forgetting the word. The fucking the person who does all the PR. The
Relations?
public relations officer of Geist.
Ooh, congratulations.
Congrats.
As such, I will be receiving a weekly stipend of 2 gold, 4 silver, and 5 copper.
That sounds like enough to live comfortably at an inn and have a good meal every day.
That is actually exactly all that would stipend, but as we have a fine home here, most of that would go to the inn shall be fine.
Sparrow, you
Also-
hit the milestone.
Oh,
The first party member to get a job that pays regularly.
now I will also say, with this job, I will be needing to perform regular duties of attending balls and such and other events, as well as performing group activities for the public relations of Geist, usually in the old district.
Ooh.
But,
Raises a hand.
yes,
You specifically don't need to attend. You just need to have someone attend on your behalf.
of course, but for the first couple, it would likely be best if I were to orchestrate and perhaps mentor somebody who would become capable of performing them on my behalf. It is the start of my career. It's not exactly I want to put it in somebody else's hands.
Of course.
But as part of that, for each event, 10 gold will be allotted to be refunded back to me of my expenditure for that event.
Whoa.
So, if anybody ever wishes to attend such an event and learn about the glory of Geist, you are more than welcome to, as long as you do attend with the intention of praising Geist and saying upon their goodness.
Right.
I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think you are. Would there be a problem if they attended and say good things about Geist?
No, not really, unless Volm does not like Geist.
Do not worry. Unless Volm specifically has an issue with Geist themselves, I do not believe there would be an issue with you coming and just putting in a good word. That a follower of Geist that you know is a very nice person and they have a lovely time worshipping them.
Right.
Oh yeah, man, guy's great guy. And Linsa's leaning back in the chair.
Exactly.
I love that guy. He's the one. You said parties or festivals or events? What was this?
Events of various varieties.
Oh, sounds good
Perhaps
to me.
group dinners, concert.
Oh man, do you guys know any bards around here?
I know a.
I wonder if Tiny,
Yeah.
Tiny, what's the opinion in this place about gladiatorial combat?
Gladiatorial combat.
What if I hosted the campaign's tournament?
Tournaments have not been a thing in Bliston City because it doesn't fit the Bliston City image.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it would
It's
fit
not expressed legal, but this is like the city of bliss. There's no fighting, no bad things ever happen in Bliston.
It doesn't necessarily need to be fighting combat, I guess, tournament. We could
But it's not illegal at all. It's just
we could have a fishing tournament or a games tournament.
Yo, a gambling tournament. Let's go.
Gambling tournament.
Maybe.
Rolling actual dice.
Well, maybe perhaps a game of skill. Maybe perhaps something like, they got pickleball here. You know what's easy? Horseshoes. Horseshoes is so easy to set up.
We can have Dunk the Emlyn.
Unfortunately, that is Fi's decision. We could set up
you
a
think she's saying
carnival.
no?
Oh God, we could set up a carnival.
That's true.
Test your fate.
We even have an authentic ghost for the haunted house.
Oh my God.
To scare people.
No, wait, no. This is setting up a carnival. In the old district, of course, setting up anything in the old district is going to come with a problem of the gangs might get involved. But since we may be officially affiliated, the event will be officially affiliated with a god. They might not mess with us as much.
That's true.
That was something that we were told. I want to, Noah. I want to.
I want to.
No, any kind of celebration. I wouldn't want
We'll likely want to start moderately small. It's not exactly that we have the connections and... Well, actually, no, we do have a pretty easy way to move large amounts of cargo between the Grey Crown and the Old District. Looks up at Calorie.
Let me look at Calorie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could ask him about that.
Yes. That way we won't have to procure everything in the Old District or take a large cart which may be taxed across the bridge.
And you could, you got any kind of, like, budget to work on?
Oh, yes, 10 gold.
Right. Oh.
Oh, yeah, speaking about that 2 gold, 5 silver, 4 silver, 5 copper. The first payment will be coming in tomorrow. I will need... Yes, it will be arriving at the post office in which I, or someone... someone representing me, perhaps our dedicated mail person could go pick it up for me.
Oh, a job for me?
Our courier, yes.
I'll do my best. She,
Tomorrow.
she like
Yes.
pulls out a ghostly, like, mailman pouch.
Also, yes, officially, next afternoon, if you could make your way to the local post office and pick up a package for Sparrow Arbor
Got it.
as your afternoon action, which you have.
Though for today, the book.
Yes, you need to work on translating.
I thought we did that last night, right?
He rubs his
Wait, we
head.
did that last night? Did we do
Yeah,
that?
I did that last
We
night.
did that.
Sure we did that last
Yes. It wasn't completed. Did we roll for that?
I think you completed it.
I think Tiny just said we completed it.
And just to make sure, have we tested that it's legible to mortals?
Testing would be a good idea.
I'll read it.
As your guild leader and your friend, I do not want you to put yourself in danger for an official job. I will read it.
He looks between the two of them.
And I didn't, as your friend, I don't want to see you get hurt. Although I will say that you could easily say that right back at me.
I was just about to.
Alright, guys.
He hands it to Evelyn.
Evelyn picks up the book. I'll read the damn thing.
But you are also my friend, and I also do not have direct control over your actions as part of the guild.
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
it's harmful information, you could
I
void
would
it
like to
in
make-
your brain or something.
Fine, I would like to make an official request to have Emlyn read the book.
Of course. Emlyn, on behalf of the guild, would you please read the book? Oh, did you make that official? Evelyn's just looking at you, Sparrow.
Perhaps so that you could be paid for your work?
Heartless and full of heart. Guess I can't judge you that much. She reads this book, kind of goes over it. I mean, she kind of look at this. She's like, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of redacted, so it's not much of an interesting read.
But are you able to at least procure a small amount of information of what could have been in the book?
Yeah, I can make some guesses.
I see.
It's, as far as I know, this is a spell book, and these are how to do some of the spells.
Yeah.
I say how to do some of the spells. 90% of it's, blanked out. But you get the gist.
Did we roll before? Is this legal? Is what we're doing legal?
Oh, yeah, it is legal.
Okay. Alright, so that should be the completion of our job. Now we just need to either deliver it directly to or have them come pick it up.
Right.
I would think the latter would be better, as that is what we requested of them before. Tess, I believe you were the one who went and requested their arrival upon this location. Could you do it again?
Sure. Do you want me to give them a letter, or do you want me to come in person?
We sent them a letter last time, didn't we? Or did we have them come in person? Didn't we send Tess in person?
I think you had Tess send a
I
letter.
think we... Yeah.
Okay. That's probably more professional.
Instead of Tess going through their wall saying hi.
Would be. Did they seem like they wanted this done as soon as possible before? Did it seem like they were in a rush?
They did seem like they wanted it done quickly.
Tess, if you could go knock on their door and let them know directly that the book is complete.
Alright, I'll let them know. She floats through several walls and leaves the area.
The front door, specifically.
And she
I think it's
disappears.
a little late.
I hope that they do not scare them too much if they fly through the walls, like they do here.
Yes, it is a very high-profile job. I'd hate for our first big job to, end on a sour note.
Well, this may be our second job if people of the public consider my defense of Pym, as that was done as an official representative of the Arbor Guild.
That is true. Oh, right. Right.
He looks at his hands.
Right.
There were quite a few gasps upon saying the name of the Arbor Guild earlier. I'm interested about why that was.
Yeah.
I know there is some history to my father's estate, but I'm intrigued to know what caused that reaction.
Well, you see, Fi speaks up. Change the music.
Oh, you're going to put on the sad music, I see.
No, I'll put this music on.
Ooh.
I did a little research last night into
I see.
the Arbor Guild.
Mhm.
It seems that they were, I suppose, a liaison. They worked with the people of the old district to help them get their needs represented fairly.
Mhm.
They didn't quite, the old district didn't really like the previous representative. And there was honestly not much for them to do anything about it, except go to the Arbor Guild. The Arbor Guild mostly handled every issue for the old district. It was like the Arbor Guild were the unofficial council member for the old district.
I see.
I'm
Intriguing,
sure
considering
the
that
name still has some sway in that area, if the people remember.
That could also assist in. It's a bit tangential. Having the Arbor Guild being affiliated with my duties as Geist's public relations officer, that could certainly assist in my duties.
Actually, this song is way too intense. Hold on. Where's that other song? There we go. Perfect. This is a perfect
The one
one.
that's kind of like. Oh.
If that's the case, I may have a couple events. Having the Arbor Guild attend as an official capacity for the brand recognition for those of the older variety. Although I suppose that could be hoping both ways if I'm officially paying some of us to attend. We would be receiving some of the gold of that 10 gold stipend.
Right.
But we would not exactly say it is a waste considering our guild's specific background in public relations with the old district. I wonder what kind of events we did back in the day.
Well, I suppose you'd have to ask anyone from the Arbor Guild, or at least someone who remembers them.
It's going to be difficult trying to find them. There wasn't exactly left behind a lot of ledgers about official members in that capacity, or at least I haven't found any. I could try a very thorough search for such things. Would there be something I could find, Tiny?
You're not sure. You know
Even
that a
then-
lot of documents from the Arbor Guild were kind of locked away or removed.
Would they have had to have submitted an official list of members to any entity?
If they had to, you'd probably think it would be at that one small office that you went to.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ask the office where I found the original deed information. That can be something on my to-do list for the day. I wonder how long it will take for our client to get here. We may have enough time to go quickly grab some lunch, possibly to go and bring it back here.
Right. Hmm. Do we want to go to that same inn?
Hmm. What kind of places are in the area, Tiny?
There's the market and there's like the inn.
Okay.
How much was the food at the god place?
Market.
Which place?
The place full of all the gods.
Oh, that one place where they had the ball.
No, the all the tents and stuff. There was like people grilling, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, there was people grilling. Let me look at the prices. If I remember, it was like... Hold on, let me go to the map. Where is it? Okay. They were selling the sausages for 8 copper. The chickens for 7 copper. And the steak for 9 copper.
Those each feed one person each?
Yep.
So that's more expensive than going to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
You pay for convenience.
That's true.
Hmm.
I know what I need to start doing with my money. Once a week, I need to go buy a random book.
That's true.
See what you get this time.
I currently have 2 silver.
I'm thinking perhaps the inn.
Yes.
As celebration, maybe we get...
I can cover the food.
Okay. Although I'm going to need to start paying you back at some point, considering how much of my food you've bought for me.
That's true.
And we all need to get an official payment in once we get some direct cash flow to the guild.
Then
You guys head to the inn.
Probably order something to go to bring it back here, just so we don't miss the client.
Lady.
I'm assuming, with how long it took them to get last time, can we know that we have enough time to do that?
Yeah, you know you have enough time to just quickly do that and get the...
Okay. The last thing I want them to do is to walk into a completely empty building. Very unprofessional.
Hold on.
if you're covering calorie, you want to split a roast pig piece?
That sounds kind of great. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Nice.
Yes, that'd be amicable.
Getting things set up. So give me a minute.
Yeah. Sparrow, your evening, you don't have any plans, do you?
This evening?
Yes.
Not at the current moment.
Well, Tara came by while you and Vi were arguing about the addendums.
I see. What were they around for?
Well, she, I'm gonna see, I want you and Callery to come with me to... Yeah.
I see. And we're doing this tonight, I assume? Since you're asking about my evening.
If you're free, we can reschedule if you're not. That's what she
We're
said.
walking along with, like, Fi and the crew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fi hears that Tara showed up. Fi make any noticeable responses?
No, not really. She's like slightly surprised that like Pim knows like Tara.
Me thinking, man, that's probably the one thing I'm keeping you in the dark about right now, because, dear God,
Reasonable.
Callery's still in the dark. She doesn't know what we're gonna go do.
you're about to. Oh God, I need to warn you in character,
Yeah.
because you have an arm. You have an arm.
True.
I don't. The arm of a god. God arm.
Well, yeah. That's true.
You're bringing two specific god followers. Ooh, they want to kill all the gods. Ooh, they want to kill all the gods. Ooh.
What?
What?
No.
I will be available.
Pim like really badly wants to tell them, yeah, meeting like my parents, but also in company with with Fi and Evelyn. And he's just like, oh, how do I explain that?
Okay. I am ready.
Yay!
Let me change the music.
And then strangers there.
And then strangers there. Huh. Uh-oh.
This
You've
music, maybe.
spent a lot of time tracking this individual down. You cornered them in the sewers deep below the city. You press your boot on their chest and press your lance down on their arm, pinning them to the ground. You see this woman struggle against your grip as your lance pierces their arm deeper. You people killed my son. What more do you want from me? You remember your orders, don't you? Nilla, in this moment, can you roll me a con -5?
Let me just give me a sec.
You are immediately taken out of this moment. You You feel like you were under the influence of something. You feel like you weren't acting on your own accord. You feel like some sort of haze has been lifted on you. You look down. You have no clue who this person is. You have no clue where you got this lance. Tell me, what's the first thing you do?
Okay. What's the last thing I remember, Tiny?
Well, if you try to remember the last thing, roll me a wisdom. -5.
Sec.
As your grip on the lance relaxes, you see this woman scramble out of your grasp and stab you in the stomach with a knife. The shock hits you so hard as your vision spins, and you're sitting in the library, looking at a book, and you see Justice kind of her elbows up on the desk. I don't know what you see in those books. It's so boring. What are you reading? You look around. The first thing you notice is you're not wearing the usual clothes you wear. It's kind of lame. You're kind of wearing the clothes of like a librarian. You're wearing glasses too.
Okay. I recognize Justice, right?
Yes, you do. You
And
recognize her, but she's kind of not wearing the same armor. It's more like plain and like leather.
Oh. Okay. I look down at the book that I am reading.
You look down at the book. It seems to be some sort of book about something incredibly mundane, like the masoners that existed on some streets that don't exist anymore. A book from far, far into the past. You feel like you are searching for something about the architecture of this area. You're not too sure.
And Justice isn't like her usual simpering self. She's just kind of like we are in the company of friends, basically.
It looks incredibly casual.
Okay. So this is definitely a magic thing. Seems to be a memory thing. I don't know what else I can do but just go along with it for now and see where it goes and if it ends or not.
So, what do you say to Justice?
I look at her. It takes a while for the words to leave my mouth, but eventually I just croak out. I've always loved books since I was young.
Yeah, you tell me that all the time. You love reading. But can you even read those languages? Those are pretty, like... They're so old-timey, and old, and... They add a lot of E's in random places, you know? I just thought that was funny. They had so much extra letters for no reason.
I look down at the book again. Can I read the language it's in?
Roll me your wisdom, -5.
Okay.
you feel a pang in your head as you feel something shake you. Stranger, wake up. You see Alda kind of shaking your shoulder. Do you know who I am?
Do I?
Yes, do you know who I am? What's my name?
You're Alda, right? The
Yes.
woman who takes care of the dead in Dead Pass.
Yes.
What happened?
She looks around the area. I think we've made a mistake coming here. She kind of tries to drag you forward. And Vanya, your head hurts. You take 10 damage. Just from the psychic damage from what you're experiencing.
She holds her head. Where are we? Where are we going?
We're going to leave. Somewhere, somehow. We need to leave now. There's something wrong with these catacombs.
Yeah, I got the feeling. What is this room we're in, real quick? There are dead bodies and...
Yeah, you see a lot of dead bodies in this room.
Yeah, and big pointing.
Yeah, you just see some statue that's pointing ahead at a door to the south. Alda thinks for a moment. These catacombs, I thought those lights were strange, but harmless, but I don't think they are.
What? It's the light?
It's whatever's powering them. It's what powers the entire catacombs. That green energy, it's raw, unfiltered magic.
Oh. Okay. My apologies. I'll follow you.
The issue is I don't know where we are or how we even got here. She kind of looks around. I don't know which door is the right one to choose.
At the sound of Alda seemingly panicking, she, kind of snaps to it, shakes her head a little, takes in a deep breath. Okay, no. Just stay near me, and we'll figure this out. And I'll just start walking towards the door I see, and the one that the statue is pointing towards.
You walk towards the first door. The door grinds open. Probably not, it hasn't been opened in quite a long time. And what you see is some sort of fountain, a pipe kind of broken into the room at the end, pouring an endless amount of water in this room. In the middle, a large boulder with the hilt of a blade sitting atop.
Well, this obviously isn't the way out, but it looks too important to ignore. Can I swim?
Yeah, you could swim. The current isn't that fast. It looks pretty fast, but it's not that crazy. And the grate at the top kind of blocks the water from going any further.
Although I'm going to cross, can you keep an eye on our backs in case something comes up behind us?
Sure.
Alright, cool. What do I roll to swim, do you think?
Probably your strength.
Gotcha. Just a flat 3.
Oh wow, crit success. Okay. Where do you want to go?
Can I climb up this rock thingy?
Yeah, you can get up to the rock.
Yeah, okay. I stand on top of it. I look at... This is a sword hilt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a sword hilt.
Okay. I feel compelled. It's just kind of in my nature, but does it wiggle at all when I grab it, or is it like firmly wedged?
It isn't firmly wedged when you grab it. You feel kind of a tug of energy as you pull on it. You feel like some of your mana kind of pours into the blade as you drag the hilt. And let me, yeah, this song will be fun. Actually, no, this song's way too menacing. Hold on. You pull this blade out from the stone, feeling your mana pour into it. Stranger, you didn't understand what was going on, but you have a sense of understanding now. This place is overflowing with magic, more than the common person can handle. It's making everything feel stronger here. You are feeling the stories that have not been told, stories that could not be told, stories that haven't existed at all. And as you grab this blade, you craft a story for this weapon. One that does not exist yet does exist. You pay the cost of 5 mana, and tell me, Nilla, what is the story of this blade?
Oh. It's the story of a blade that's been stuck in a room for a very long time. Perhaps since time began. And it doesn't want to be there, but it's a sword. It's a weapon. It doesn't get to choose what it does. And all it's been doing is waiting. Waiting for somebody to come, let it free.
You drag this blade out of the stone, and you see it is a translucent blade with just a shimmer of an invisible fire around the edges. A blade that has waited thousands upon thousands of years to be pulled from the stone. A blade that has been forgotten. its story never told, yet told this very moment. Alda, on the other hand, saw the stranger swim up to a rock with nothing on it, and then grabbed a blade out of thin air. And she kind of stares at you. Stranger, where did you get that sword?
He looks down at it in her hands and just sort of like stares at it. I think it was always here. Did you not see it?
I didn't see anything on that rock.
Something is very wrong here.
And that's when we go to the next scene. Vanya in the fucked up catacombs, what will happen?
I was the one who walked blindly into the blood prison this time. Oh no.
Okay, quick question. Does anyone remember how much money Lady Hemlock promised to give you guys?
Ooh.
50 gold?
50?
No, I'm lying.
I swear it was like 5 or something. I don't remember.
It wasn't. I thought it was. Wait. Oh god, now I can't
Wait.
remember.
Who the fuck is the lady? Who the
Lady
fuck?
Hemlock is the one
That's the
who.
person with
The book.
Who wants the book?
Yeah.
The bug. I think it was like 5 gold. Yeah.
5?
Let me
Are you
quickly
sure?
check my notes for 17 sessions ago.
It might have. It might have been 10 gold.
I thought it was 10.
No, I'm sure it was 50.
Ah, no, it's 10 gold.
Okay. I'm not crazy.
Okay, so do you want to just skip past that payment and go to do the Terra stuff, or what?
Do they seem satisfied with the product?
Yes.
All right, that's all I really need to know.
Okay.
As long as they're happy, I think we're good. I'm assuming we're gonna start having to do projects on the regular. We do not need to see every single payment moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 gold. To the guild.
The
Alright,
guild.
let me stop playing this ominous music.
Should I put that in my inventory or because of treasury or?
Yeah, if you got like
Oh,
treasury
nice.
notes for the guild, maybe we need an official treasury page
Yeah, maybe
In the
actually.
journals?
in the journals.
Alright. So. Pim, you lead Calorie
Yeah.
and Sparrow to a very familiar road.
Before Tara got there, Pim would have, like, thank you.
I delete her.
Goodbye forever. She didn't actually survive. Sorry.
Calorie, we're going to need to tell you something.
Yes.
Oh, good. I have no idea what's going on.
Right. So, you remember that, ID I showed you, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, You know.
Pim is sweating buckets.
That it's West Voltan Empire ID?
Yes.
Right.
Did we say West Volton? Did we specifically say?
The ID would be
Well,
saying
it
West
was
Bolton very clearly.
It would
on
have said West Volton. Yeah.
Yes.
I just sent Calorie with my social security number. And the 3 digits on the back.
It's got the big crowning letters WVE.
What do you mean?
Well,
Western Vermont.
they have some pretty advanced technology. And
I do like technology.
yeah, you're really good at it. Well,
It's not necromancy.
Alright. So it's soul stuff.
it's
Not
it's
that either.
it's
Pim,
yeah.
would it be easier if I just don't ask any questions?
You'll be able to ask as many questions as you want the second that we are in our destination, but
Yeah.
Like, I mean more so if I remain blind to this.
it may be safer for yourself. But I would not want to rob you of being in this moment with Pim.
Yes, I wanted both of you to be here because
Oh,
she can apparently I mean, it's not them because they're dead. But my
I do a quick look around left, right. Is there anybody? Can I sense anyone on this path that might be looking at us?
This is the street that if you ever need privacy, this is the street you walk that.
Pim, do we just want to say it very directly? If so, I can say what it is.
Please do.
We're going to be seeing versions of Pim's parents, not the ones from this timeline, but a different one.
we can just do that?
The
Apparently.
technology is very advanced.
Oh. And this deals with the West Voltan Empire?
Second statement.
Yeah.
There's going to be some very shocking things happening very quickly all at once.
Okay.
I mean,
We can discuss more once we reach our destination, but if you need to talk to someone, we are here.
yeah. I mean, you know how to behave yourself, right?
He smiles, looking at Calorie.
Yeah, I'll behave. I'll save my questions for the end.
Yeah. Or, if we just get the chance. I think you'd really like Tara. In fact, I think you'd probably like a lot of... Wait, is it gonna be up there?
As
Wait.
he's wondering this,
Is Tara from the West Voltan?
is she from West Walton, or is she from the village and then was like interning there?
No, she was from West Fulton Empire.
Pim nods.
Do not. I would suggest never uttering that phrase in public.
Yes.
Right.
You see Tara walk forward.
So-
Hello.
Oh! Hi!
Once again, the visible relaxation.
I assume you let Calorie and Sparrow know.
Yes. Well, I mean, Sparrow, you know.
Sparrow does know, but
Yeah.
reminders are always helpful.
Yes. But I'm excited to see your reaction. I mean, well, actually, where exactly is this taking place?
She points up.
Ah,
He
So,
he smiles.
gather around.
get close.
Gathering.
He, in the presence of Tara, he's like group hugging them.
Valerie's shaking with curiosity, but promise not to ask questions yet.
You feel a beam of light hit you as you're transported to high up into the sky. Nope, I forgot to preload the map, sorry.
Oh, forgot to preload that time, eh, Simon?
I'm sorry, I didn't expect a call so early in the afternoon.
It's alright. We all made it, though.
That's correct. Calorie.
Yes, Callie, this is our chief technician, Simon. She motions to the guy behind the desk hitting a bunch of buttons.
Have I heard the name Simon anywhere else? I mean, I assume so. It's a fairly common name.
Yeah, it's a common name, but
That
This is
voice.
the
I don't
only-
know why it seems familiar.
hello. He like looks at you guys. Should I be worried that you're bringing people? Tara's like, it's okay, Sam. I'm just showing them my office, and then they're going back down. Of course. Yeah. All right. Have fun, you guys.
Tim waves.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
He's devilishly hee-heeing at every sparkle.
Valerie happily looks like she regrets saying she wouldn't ask questions.
All right. Let me bring you guys to the next map.
Do we get the opportunity to like look off the side at all?
Oh, you do get to look off the side and see how high you guys
Mostly
are.
just Pim is just like,
Look at how high up we are! Isn't it amazing?
Something this big can fly?
Right? Ah, technology.
And eventually, Tara brings you here. And let me change the music. So, this is my personal lab. She kind of motions to all the things here. I'm not sure how familiar you are to Magitech Gallery, but a lot of these things are the state of the art. Not even the common people have this yet.
Valerie's like vibrating when she says Magitech.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little familiar.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, what we're going to be doing is, she motions to, there's like two kind of dolls, like featureless dolls in these two tubes here.
Yeah.
What we're going to be doing is trying to reach out and calibrate to the same...
Does this all look familiar?
Yeah.
Very familiar.
I see.
Reach out and calibrate to the same frequency as Pim's parents. Once we hit the same frequency, then I'll send the signal and it should activate.
I
Right.
have a question.
Yes.
Will the alternate versions regain the memories that they have gained here, or will they be separate?
They won't gain the memories that they have here.
I see.
That's good to know.
Piv like, no, I still can't. I still don't know if the God of Jokes remembers that. He never will.
She stops for a moment. Are you ready, Pim?
Yes. Do you need me to do anything?
She shakes her head. Well, actually, I suppose you can hit the button if you're ready.
He walks over to this console. God, it's been so long since he's like touched a Magitech console. He takes a breath and press.
You press the button as an energy brightens the tubes. As you see them flare to life as two figures show up. You haven't seen them in years, and they both look at you. And Tara kind of hits another button, opening the tubes. You see your father kind of step out, and he looks you up and down. You're much older than I thought you'd be.
Older? Yeah!
You see your mom steps out of the pod.
He, like, hug.
She hugs you, and he gives you a pat on the back.
Oh.
Ah, Tara. And an audience.
Yes.
Oh,
This is Calorie and Sparrow. When,
A pleasure to meet both of you.
of course.
Yes. They're my dear
assume-
friends.
Tara was the one to bring us back, yes?
Bring you back.
Okay, so you remember dying.
He looks at Tara, and Tara nods.
Okay.
Tara, might we have some time alone with our son? And Tara says, of course.
Right. It's not necromancy. Yes, but yes, after you died, you remember Miss Yassine, right? Well, she, I guess, picked me up at some point. Oh, the device, it worked, and, well, I think it worked. It did something.
Of course. You. He points at you, Calorie. You have incredibly, small hands.
Yeah.
Are you any good with machines?
She starts vibrating again. Yeah, I'm pretty good with machines.
Perfect. You see, Heather walk over. Yeah. You see Heather hands him a scalpel. Would you please, at the napes of our neck, there is a specific device. Could you please cut that out?
Ah, okay.
If we may ask, what will that do?
No. It's a tracking device. I don't like being tracked. I am a
Yeah,
free person. I tend to stay that way.
I actually, I removed one of these before from another, model.
He doesn't want to say corpse.
You remove these things from them. Thank you.
Oh, did
Wait.
you? Calorie, did you?
Yeah.
No, yeah, Keller would have complied.
I am extremely suspicious.
Do you say that out loud?
Hmm. I will not say that specific wording out loud, but I will ask. You seem to be fairly aware of your current predicament.
No, it's predictable. I set up I set up that scenario intending to be brought back.
I see. And
I
yet,
knew my death was around the corner. It was quite obvious.
Hmm.
and yet you have qualms with the fact that such an activity included tracking devices.
Well, yeah. I mean, privacy's important. And I mean, so is making sure you know where your tech is. But,
My understanding is this would be a temporary affair.
well, yeah, right?
Then what is the purpose of removing tracking devices?
Temporary, Sparrow. You believe this is temporary? Come, follow me.
Oh, yes!
He opens this door, and these two head downwards.
Awesome.
Now,
I
which way was her office? Pim, you know the way to
Oh.
Tara's office. Which door was
Tara's
it?
office is through here.
Of course,
He
thank you.
gets the door for them.
Now, if I had taught Tara well, there should be. It's over here, honey. She pulls out a revolver and checks if it's loaded. No, of course.
Yeah.
Hey, Pim.
Oh, what's up?
I think something's about to go down.
What? Why would anything go down?
Pim,
Calorie looks at the revolver.
Like,
Pim, I require some assistance in finding the restroom. Could you assist me?
Oh,
he glances at his parents. You need to know, their vibes are like evil.
I've noticed. I'm here.
I'll keep him company.
No, actually, why don't you go look back at the platform? And meet me back, or you could do you need to use the restroom as well?
well,
There are some things I need to tell you, Pim.
yes.
Pim, if I could, you have your assistance first. If you're planning on staying a while, this shouldn't take too long, should it?
Oh,
No, we do not plan on
It's-
staying too long.
I see. Yes, if you could just help me with the restroom really quickly. It's quite bad.
is that okay?
He looks to his parents.
Hey, you see, rather, your father looks at your mother, and she just gives a slow nod. Yes,
all right.
that should be fun.
I'll be
Right.
right back. I love you.
I'm sorry, Pim. One moment. I'm gonna step out the door. Is there anybody around here at all?
Tara is kind of sitting out the door.
Alright, I step out the door. Tara, there's a problem.
What do you mean?
Problem?
Were you expecting them to immediately request having their tracking devices issued and grabbing your gun?
No.
They have done that.
Give me 1 second. I think I'll sound the alarm then.
Well, where's the problem?
Pim, it is not a good idea to bring a gun around.
Well, you gotta stay defended. That's
What
my.
do they need? We're outside the door, by the way. What do they need defended for? We've been holding this door, by the way, since we were out here, apparently.
Well, oh, I guess it's pretty safe here. Or should be.
That would be correct.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm sure dying makes you a bit cautious.
You,
If you hold on, Pim, if I may make a statement. Pim, if you died to a natural event such as
That was not a natural event.
oh, then what?
you see Tara run back into the room. Hold on. Let me play a different song. Where is it? There we go. Well, which room were your parents in?
They last we saw them, they were in your office.
Yeah, they
In my
actually go
in
into
my
your
office. She opens the door. I think they took my escape room.
Huh? Huh?
He like walks in, looks around.
It's over here. She goes over here and kind of you see like a little trap door under the couch.
Oh. Well,
Where does that lead?
It leads to one of the hallways.
Pim's already like halfway through it.
You go through the you go down the ladder. And hold on, let me play or let me
Please tell me you have some way to disable such devices that you've created.
it depends. Do they still have their trackers?
No.
And see these two figures walking down the hall. And you see how do you pronounce your father's name again? Raziel?
Raziel.
Oh, Raziel. You see
Yeah.
Raziel flexing his hands. He has kind of these black gloves on. And then these two walk down the hallway as the alarm starts flaring up, and you see the soldier run down. Hey, who are you guys? What are you doing here? And you see Heather just pull out the revolver and shoot this guy in the head as he falls on the ground dead instantly.
Yep.
And they continue walking through, and he looks at Heather. Which way do you think the transport is? If it's the current model that I know, it should be three lefts. Or sorry, it should be 2 lefts. Good. And you see they continue walking. As you guys hold on. Get through the whole area. Oh, calories.
Well, Calorie is here.
And you see Tara starts running. Why would they?
Oh no! Again!
Tara. Pim, I'm going to say something. I'm very sorry that I'm about to say it. I believe your parents may be one of the most top 10 evil people I have met thus far.
I think they're evil. They just are very slow to trust.
Tara.
You know your mother, Pim.
Well, yeah, she's a
Did
good
you
shot.
know that she has perfect memory.
Yes.
Tara, I would love to make an observation.
Yes.
Pim, I'm going to say something. I'm going to preface this. I'm going to preface a lot of statements, I think, today with this. Your parents first immediately revived, asked you about your friends' names, and did not ask anything about the time in between it has been now and they have died.
Mm-hmm.
They did not seem that interested.
Blinks. Blinks. Blinks.
Well, they're probably rattled, and
They have walked in through a hallway, taken a secret exit, and immediately killed a man in cold blood. I would not say their current behavior is erratic or rattled.
Well, this person's a zombie, but that is true.
They're okay. No, that's not exactly a thing. Where does this pathway lead to?
Well, this is the prison block, but if I had to imagine they're gonna go for one of the
Yeah.
escapes, we're not going to be able to reach them in time.
Is there a kill switch on all exits?
Simon's a fan. He's running.
Tiny,
Yeah.
just in case, does this guy have a weapon?
Yeah, he's an assault rifle.
Let's fucking go.
Yoink.
You grab the assault rifle and begin running.
Pim, now, I will say, now is not the time for me to attempt to disillusion you about your parents, but there's problems going on, I think.
Well, yeah, it's something of a situation. You're right.
You guys rush your way to the teleport pod. Hold on, let me bring you guys over to here. You hear crying.
He's crying.
Somebody yell.
Are they hurt?
Is he shot?
You see, they had tied him up with the wires.
Pim's undoing it.
They told me if I didn't give them the passcode, they would delete all my video games.
Oh, and they would have followed through.
Why do you know that? Why would... these can be talks later.
They don't make idle threats, especially
No,
when
that's for sure.
parenting. Did they say where they're going? Anything about them?
Yes.
I don't know.
Can you pull
They
up
were-
where they went to? Like just down, or?
They said that they needed to continue business as usual.
Business as usual.
Whatever that
the
means.
village is gone.
He is like pacing back and forth.
Okay. Business as usual. Business as usual.
Calorie, you're good at this. Can you figure out where they went from the computer?
Am I allowed to touch the computer?
I look at Tara.
Mm.
Ooh.
The
computer.
the alarms flare.
Even my phone's trying to tell Pim that there's red flags here.
We won't be able to find them with this. We can go with their last known teleport coordinate.
I would like that
Would
very
that be
much.
enough?
I can probably find them from there.
Do we have any method of defending ourselves? They are armed.
Defending.
I don't think they would shoot us.
They shot one of your own already.
I can't imagine a world where they'd shoot me or Pim.
I'm not one to take chances.
Yes.
Wait, what about me or Sparrow?
Exactly.
They teleport.
You teleport.
Awesome.
Oh my god. So funny.
I love just
Let me go ahead and change the music. So,
yeah.
stranger, we're going back to you. You are still in the catacombs. You walk around with a certain air about you. There's something deeply, deeply wrong with these catacombs. And, as a result, while in these catacombs, you may use the influence ability from your magic to make a story that could have been.
Sorry, I think you got cut off once more.
Yep. So, using the influence ability of your magic, you
Yes.
can make a story of something that could have been.
Oh. Okay, so I'm like God here?
You feel like you just have this power. That these are the stories that are around here.
Okay. Okay, so first things first, I think that Alda, is never going to get hurt by anything in this place, actually. I think that's just the way it is.
Alright. Make an influence spell roll at -10.
Do I add? I don't have any spell skills. I will just... -10, you said?
Yeah, so the spell roll would be, you'd add +1 per mana that you spend on the spell.
Already it. Alright. I'll add +10 and bring that up to just a flat roll, I think.
You feel the ground shake and rumble as you use these influence spells on something currently there. A story that is already known. You feel the ground shake and rocks kind of tumble from the ceiling. Your head kind of pangs at the push. And you feel this green glow emanate from your hands and go into Alda. As Alda kind of winces from the energy as well.
Did it work?
What did you do?
I protected you. I can do that now. I can... Here's... different.
Energy feels wrong. Cold.
It'll be okay. You shouldn't be able to be hurt by anything here. Just, let's keep going. And she'll just casually step over this dead body holding a book and go to the next door.
You push open the heavy stone door to a room with a skeleton, his hand outstretched towards the podium, a single book opened, its words sprawled across its pages.
Can I read it?
You read this book, the title of the page currently, these pages of annihilation. You feel a spark into the room as this room gets almost engulfed in an entire fireball. And Make an influence roll to tell me what happens next after the fireball is about to engulf you. And maybe burn you alive.
Okay, influence roll at a disadvantage? Or do I tell the story first?
You tell the story first.
Okay, so it's actually not real fire, is the thing. It's just like... It's a fun little special effect. It's like it makes you think that it's real fire, but it's actually just kind of like colored mist. And so it just kind of pleasantly wafts by us, actually.
Alright, make a roll.
Just straight?
Yeah, spend the mana for it.
Okay. Please don't fuck me.
You tell the story of this is just a mist, not a real fire. It's an illusion. The mist that it sprays is almost acidic to the skin. It impacts you. The fire itself doesn't do damage, but the mist, it spent a lot of time here. The chemical levels of how it worked changed over the years. It's not as safe as it once was before. Most likely the same reason why this person down here was burnt. Maybe their skin burned off from this acidic mist. It hits both you and Alda as you both scream in pain, and you both take 10 damage.
But my fucking
But
protection
Alda takes 5.
Okay! Okay. I think you're right. We should leave now.
Right. She kind of wipes some of the acid that's kind of sizzling against her skin.
Okay.
The traps do get more dangerous around here.
They seem to be triggered with every new room we go into, so I would like to request that you remain outside of the room while I check it.
You don't trust me to protect myself?
For my own peace of mind, she looks at her pleadingly.
Of course.
Cool. Okay. Door number 2.
You pull out these giant iron doors. They are so heavy that you cannot push them open. So, what do you do?
There's one more door we haven't gone through, so I'm just gonna make a note of this place. I'm gonna just boop all the way over to this other door and try it instead.
You push open these doors. These ones give way much, much easier than the others. Into a seemingly featureless room. A couple pieces of rubble lay on the ground, and there's a door at the end of the room.
I don't trust like that. Do I still have my rocks that I picked up from last session?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just take a handful of them and just chuck them down the hallway as hard as I can. See if it triggers anything.
Alright, roll me a strength. No minuses.
No minuses, gotcha. Can I have a good roll? May I please have a good roll?
So, partial success. You chuck some rocks that you have down this hallway as hard as you can. They impact the ground, and you feel some rubble tumble from the ceiling and fall to the ground where those rocks impacted. But you feel like that's not all the rubble that's on the ceiling.
Can I look at the ceiling and see what it looks like?
You see the ceiling is a mess of rocks barely putting themselves together. You feel like any wrong move in this room can cause them to just start tumbling down.
Okay. Focus. Recenter. I could just make a break for it. I don't have any skills for that, though.
You can use Dex.
I could use Dex. Can I Matrix style
You can use
action
dodge.
flip my way?
You can use your dodge skill.
Alright, I will walk across and you will tell me if I need to do a Dex save.
Yeah, you just roll your dodge. You only need to do it once.
Okay. No modifiers. Please?
Oh my god, a full success. Barely. You walk across the room and you dodge all the tumbling rocks that come across your way and reach the end of the door. But then you look back and you realize an issue. The amount of rocks that fell blocks your way back.
Okay, nope. We go forward.
And you hear Alda speak. Stranger, are you okay?
Yes, I'm uninjured. I'm just continuing. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, be careful. And you continue forward, deeper into the catacombs.
Oh, we're going?
And as you move, you feel the catacombs begin to shift and turn. And we go to the next scene.
I'll be right back.
It was the wrong way.
Did Riggeth leave?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh.
No, they're quoting, I'll be right back, and changes map as everything shifts. Uh-oh. The foreshadowing. You see this line was ironic. Dramatic irony.
Truly. The untold story of how all the cracks out the beef and just opens those doors. It loops back around.
So. Sparrow, Pim, Calorie.
Yeah.
You touch down on the last coordinates that Pim's parents went to.
Oh! Oh, come on!
Is this?
Oh.
Did it bring us here?
Yes, these are the coordinates that they
Can you ship me?
teleported to.
Sarah, do you recognize this location?
Answer the question while we move in. We don't have time.
Wait, what did you say?
Tara, do you recognize this location?
Yes, Pim once told me this is the orphanage that he lived in.
There has to be something here. There's no reason why they wouldn't be here.
Map is bugging for Chad.
Oh, it's bugged?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I can reload.
Hold on, let me act on this map.
No, I
Put
just
you on the you
reload.
reload? Okay.
Yeah. Or not? What? Hold on. Apologies. Is it's loading a long time for me.
Internet slow.
Uh-oh.
How's the stream looking? Hold on.
Internet slow. Let me put you on a map with no objects in it, so you can load quickly. Hold on. Try another refresh.
Okay. I did. And it's loading up the page, but none of the boundary is loading.
Ooh.
Let me try something really quick. Will it load if I do this? No, it won't. I don't know why it's not letting me in. Did I try to connect too many times too quickly? Oh, there it is.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let me preload the next map, and then let's see if it works. Very good.
Like, I don't know what it was doing. Oh, there we go. Pim was just in shock.
Pim, you mentioned that your parents may have known Miss Yassine.
Well, yeah.
Well, what do you mean by known?
Well, she'd come by. I knew her before, well.
We need to look around.
Right.
If I'm to guess, probably the most likely location, it's either going to be Miss Yassine's room or the storeroom.
What? Do I have to make a tracking check?
Yeah, you can make a tracking check to see what maybe clues or something your parents left behind. But Pim, you get a +5 to this tracking check.
Yeah. Skill level is a 1, wisdom is a 2. Yeah.
You find it in a place that only you would be able to look.
Yep.
It seems that they left something for you specifically.
Where is it?
Where do you think you'd find it?
It wouldn't be his room because they wouldn't know that. Pim does know his parents though, and just kind of reaches into the fireplace.
You reach into the fireplace. You find a paper, a note left for you, Pim.
Yep. He's gonna read it immediately. Not out loud, but...
It's a very short message. Your father was very to the point.
He always is.
He says, "There was never any mistake. The plan continues. We will contact you shortly."
Blinks.
Huh?
You read over those words again. There was never any mistake.
Blinks. 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 He knows what he's supposed to do after he reads one of these messages from his dad.
No.
Anything all right over there?
No
Did
mistake.
you find something?
No mistake. Plan continued. The plan. There was a plan. There was a plan. There was a plan.
He blinks.
There was a plan.
He turns and looks this direction.
A plan.
Pim, what's going on? You're mumbling.
There was a... It was planned. Tara?
What was planned?
Why did you leave again? When did you leave again? It was a few weeks before, or was it the week before?
He's like walking down the hall.
But it was, I believe it was a week before. Your father had written some sort of message saying my internship was complete and I could just go home. It was much earlier than I expected.
All three of them see him stick his arms near the bricks of this. Is it lit? Did he light it?
Yeah, I'll say it's lit.
Those assholes.
Well, they saved you the trouble.
Yeah.
I can't. They'll keep in contact. The goal. Well.
Do you mind enlightening us, Pim? What's going on?
Well, as usual,
He he brings forth the letter from his dad.
I know I'm supposed to burn these, but I don't know. I'm not let in on the plan, so here, take a look. This is a note from my dad. He leaves them in the fireplace, so you can burn them after easy.
Also, I would like to mention this place may or may not be secure. Pim, if you had mentioned this previously, this place was investigated by a Inquisitor.
Yeah.
It's still possible they might be looking at this location.
Oh. Well, that would be good. Now would it?
I have a lot of questions to a lot of people. Tara, if you're willing to answer them at any point, I would love to be able to ask you.
Depends on what questions you wish to ask. There's a lot of things I can't say about what happened back then.
It's not back then. Different. Is this part of the plan? Was the court case part of the plan?
What do you mean?
I know that you had some hand in the events that led up to the court case in which Pim had to be on the defense, or at least you appeared as which that you knew what was happening was going to happen.
We had an inkling that Winter would try to dump the responsibilities onto Pim.
Thankfully, I was able to partially assist in keeping that from occurring.
Right.
The second question, this is more just a dig at the fact that we had a conversation earlier, and you said you did not have technology to look at alternate timelines. Was that alternate timelines, or was that the original version of themselves?
That was the original version.
Fantastic. Well,
Alright. I'm assuming that you don't have technology to see into alternate timelines. Unless you're willing to tell me that you actually do and you just weren't using it.
Sparrow,
Yes.
you said it yourself. They may check the location, scrying and the such. Gods are crafty, aren't they?
Yes. I don't like the way that you put that, but I'm keeping that to myself.
I'm starting to understand why Parker did not want Penn's parents to be resurrected under any circumstance. I thought he was trying to be harsh on you. But
I'm trying to remember, who the fuck is Parker?
Parker is the head guy that
Yeah.
Pym had met by chance with
I
the crit
see.
failure.
So this was
perhaps
not...
maybe he was trying to protect you and me.
Well, I don't think we're in danger. You said you couldn't see them shooting either of us.
Yes, that's true, but I'm scared they won't see our friends, and our friends as people to not hurt.
Right. There's... Part of the plan. Part of the plan. Plan.
We should go home. Do we have 4 gold?
I have gold.
I look at Tara.
I don't assume you want me to come to your home.
Well,
No,
you
I-
already know where it's at.
You do already know what to say. I suppose now might not be the best time to request that you bring us back to our home from the old district, considering the events.
Probably not. I think I'm going to be in quite a bit of trouble. But I think teleporting you to the Grey Crown District is the least of my worries.
I was
can
going to
get
have
you
us
over
walk. I was going to ask that you walk us across the bridge.
there. I don't have that much sway.
You don't have 4 gold. How much did I pay you?
Sparrow, they took my wallet.
Now, where do you think the ammunition was?
The wallet? Do people? I don't think people keep bullets in the place where they keep their money.
It's where I keep my bullets.
I see.
That's where I should keep my bullets.
That's not where they should be separate.
The Calorie has an assault rifle.
Calorie has an assault rifle.
Think about what would happen if the bullets misfire, or if they are impacted in some way. That would destroy the money.
But it would protect.
It would
me
have to be in the
from
gun to cause any issue.
Not necessarily. If you hit a bullet with a strong enough force,
bullets. It's just where the conversation is when we go home.
Pym is silent the whole time. His eyes are just scanning over every corner and alleyway.
You guys get teleported back to your home.
oh, but that's a very nice plant. I see it's been growing in now that we've
Yeah.
left.
Oh yeah. Wait, you guys knew about that?
I didn't.
He looks at Tara.
Sorry, what did you say?
They're commenting about the plant Tara put in the
Oh.
the pothole.
It's a nice plant, isn't it?
I don't recognize its genus.
bring you to the next map.
Yay!
You depression walk back to your home. You see you guys walk, and Emlyn looks at you guys. Yeesh, who died? Not that bad. Wait, what the hell? What are you holding? How'd you guys get caught with that?
Pim's halfway through the window.
Pim.
Hmm?
Are you trying to run away in the night?
Oh. Huh? No.
No, I'm not trying to stop you in specifics. I'm just wanting to make sure.
It's just hot. Everything is. Pim puts out the candle.
I'm sure the basement is a bit cold at the moment.
The foundation. Sure. The basement. He looks at Calorie with the assault rifle, and as fucked up as it is, that genuinely does put like a small nice feeling in his heart because Pim is like this. He didn't say hi to Emlyn or to Tess. He just walked in.
Oh my gosh, what happened with those guys? This is like, maybe someone did die.
Rest in peace, unnamed undead guard. You armed Calorie, and that's all that matters.
Alright, Pim, would you like to lay upon the ground?
Yeah.
Would you
He's
also
still
like to
standing.
talk?
Yeah.
Alright, here, let me tell. Okay.
Is there... I imagine they collected their bedding last night
Yeah.
to sleep.
Put it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a floor.
Let me change the music to...
So it was a secret plan.
Mm-hmm.
That I was older. Older. That's what he said. That I was older than he expected. Not taller, not with more gray hairs, but older. I wanted to tell them, since I thought this was a temporary thing, that I would be all right, that everything was fine, that I had great friends, and I wanted to show you to them.
And I respect that you wanted to do that, and I think if that's how it went down, it would have been a lovely evening.
Right.
But unfortunately, the situation is not that.
My mother and father are very industrious. They're very thorough and very intelligent. My father taught me everything I know about Magitech.
He brings out the Magitech bird. And my mother, well, she taught me everything else. Which is why I know I probably can't find them. At least not tonight. But they'll apparently keep in touch, or
Do you
update
still
me on the next step of the plan.
do you still want to be part of the plan? I'm just wanting to make sure.
Can I make a meditation check?
Sure.
Just want to see how composed he is. No.
He's
Marshall!
not composed.
He glares back at Sparrow.
Do I want to?
Want? You think any part of family is want? I mean, yeah, it'd be nice if they were around and a part of my life, but I mean, hey. Sometimes things don't shake out that way. Planned is planned. Planned.
So are you going to... You sound like you do not want to, but you think you will still have to be a part of it. Is that correct?
Still have
You talk about that you are going to be contacted in the future about this plan.
Yes, that's what
Are
he
you
said.
going
He
to
brings up the
listen?
note. Blinks.
Well, obviously.
Why?
They're my parents?
And?
And?
These two people who I have known for approximately... Well, I say known, I have interacted with for the last hour. The first thing I've learned about them, they have spent the last... Oh, how old are you? Just wanted to... But just making sure about your age once more accurate.
I think he's 20? He's like a young man.
And out of character, how old were you when you got to the orphanage?
That was 10 years ago for him, I think?
10 years, decade. Gotcha.
Yeah.
They made a plan 10 years ago, which involved, let us remind ourselves, involved them willingly dying to place you within a status of grief so strong that you will want to bring them back within the next decade. They were weaponizing your feelings, your love for them, to continue their lives past a specific point.
It's not.
And when you did, they did not praise you. They looked you in the eyes and said, "You're older than I thought you would be." An almost backhanded compliment saying that you took too long.
Well, I'd be upset if I was dead for 10 years, too.
They had the choice to be dead for 10 years. It was part of the plan. Apparently. They did not die upon sudden accident. They chose to be dead for 10 years, knowing that you would bring them back because you loved them, and then they did not reciprocate that once they came back.
What else do I do?
leave them.
Well, yet starting thing, we do not interact with them, or at least we ignore whatever summons they give you. Do you want to continue being a part of the plan that required you to grieve them for 10 years? Do you think that plan was worth sitting here alone, well, with us, your family?
Sparrow. I could have waited 100. Could have waited 1,000. Could have waited 1,000,000. I would, if it meant that both of you were part of my life.
Do you feel the same for them? Better yet, do you think they feel the same for you?
I had considered saying no at first to Tara's request. That it wouldn't have mattered if it wasn't really them. They
I think Pim just like stops talking for a second and is just staring.
Heavy.
Yeah. I think Pim is just first he's just staring at Sparrow.
Wait, what the fuck? Why are you here?
Looks over to Gallery.
What do you mean, why am I here? I'm attached to Gallery.
Pim is staring daggers at Volm.
Pim, I know it is not my place to speak on such things, as family and familial ties are foreign to me. It's clear your feelings are complex in nature. What is your next course of action?
Why? No, I'm genuinely intrigued. Why are you here?
I guess I'll have to wait to see what they say.
And when the call comes,
I guess we'll know.
Volm, what's going on?
what do you mean?
Why did you jump in?
Well, it looked like they needed some words, someone to say some words to them.
So what, you've been listening the whole time?
Don't say it like I've been listening on conversations behind a closed door. I'm Calories' shadow.
Second question, do you recall the exact locations we've been for the past hour?
Well, I've been in the same place as Calories' been.
Do you have any statements upon the locations we've been?
Well, your parents are incredibly smart people. They seem to have plans for everything.
Okay, you have
Very
no
similar to
cause.
a god, actually.
When Volv says they're similar to a god, can every shadow in the room warble?
Every shadow in the world.
Volv.
Yes.
Please, don't say such rude things.
Of course. But I would never say such things like that, you know. He shrinks behind Calorie a little bit.
Alright, just making the statement that it is known that you are aware about the airship by the West Fulton Empire.
Well, am I not allowed to know that thing?
No, you're allowed to know, but I feel like that is very specifically targeted information that could be dangerous, as well as the exact, identity of the current head researcher.
Well, I won't tell if you don't tell.
I mean, I'm not going to tell, I'm just making sure you have the same dangerous information that we do.
Yes, I do have this dangerous information that I can use as a bullet, but I won't.
Hey, Calorie,
Yeah.
would you mind helping me?
Yeah, what do you need?
He's taken out the Magitech bird.
I need to disassemble it.
Wait. No.
There's something in there.
You want me to take it apart? You love that thing, though.
It could.
He looks at it.
What if it has a tracking device in it?
Alright. I'll try. You want me to try and put it back together?
He's holding it in his grip, and he's holding it forward. If Calorie does try to take it, he's not letting go.
She would like try once and then stop and then just kind of sit there and wait. Pim,
Yeah,
you're still holding the bird.
I am.
Does that mean you don't want me to take it apart?
I guess it does.
He stares at his own hand.
Sorry.
No worries. It's your bird.
He's very clearly barely keeping it together.
Why don't we all take some rest and think about these issues in the morning?
It would be nice. It has been a long day.
Besides, I need to make my nightly walks, and I need to make sure that everybody's not going to explode here or anything.
Oh, that's why you're here. It's late in the night, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We never rolled our food buff, did we?
And we never will.
We went lunch, but we never rolled the food buff.
True.
Should we roll that to make sure we ate?
Nah, that's fine.
Okay,
We'll
we
do
ate,
the
yeah.
past this today.
Play best, alright. It's free.
You get the freebie.
Pim has his head against the wall.
These things are gonna happen in this session, but
Maybe I should just sleep next to the well.
I don't think that would be wise.
If you do, I'm gonna come with you.
Then why does everything feel so hot?
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, Pim. I'm gonna fucking put my hand, like, on Pim's head.
Burning.
Pim, I think you have a fever.
Blinks. Blinks again.
Well, that's not good.
We should get you some rest. Let me get you some cold water. I'll put it on a rack. Let's get you to bed.
He does set the Magitech bird down.
Calorie takes Pim's hand after he does.
His hand is burning hot, but
Calorie has gloves and also a shadow arm.
Yeah.
You take Pim upstairs. And that's where I'll call it session.
Fuck no. These two bitches evil as hell.
So chill.
What do you mean?
So chill.
What do you mean?
They're so normal.
They're so
I-
normal and they're good parents. What are you talking about?
I now have
So
questions for
normal.
Ian.
Good.
Hmm?
Mrs. C, why were you talking to these guys? What the fuck? Mrs. C, was this part of the plan?
Anyways, that was a great session.
was an
Thank you
awesome
guys for
session.
playing.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you all for coming out and have a good night.
Thank you for watching.